I'm Nathaniel. I'm at New College. I'm a final year student. I study French and Russian, so obviously language is a very big part of what I do. I learn Chinese on the side, and I have done Italian before, but I'm not very good at those two. It's just French and Russian that I focus on. French I studied at school, so that was a traditional system where you learn by what the teacher says, and you learn vocab lists, and you practice in class. And then Russian I started at university, and that was very, very methodical. Went through the grammar book, and just learned the grammar step by step, and I used that to piece the language together. Grammar was useful, but I wasn't speaking it after I'd learnt it. My Russian really wasn't very good at all until I spent a year abroad. Second year, did 7 months there, lived with a Russian lady and spoke a lot. We went to Yaroslavl, which is 3 hours northeast of Moscow, which in the scheme of Russia is really, really close, very well connected. It's a UNESCO World Heritage Site, it's a beautiful city. Very, very cold. We went there from September to April, so it got down to minus 30, it was freezing. And then Chinese, I did a beginner's course at the language centre here last year, and that's more independent. So obviously the teacher is very useful to get you started. Chinese is a very complicated language in terms of tones and writing, but that's been more self-guided. So it's a mixture of things, a mixture of ways. I don't have a particular methodology that I can share, unfortunately. Trial and error is probably the best way of putting it, trial and error. I think you've got to get people to start speaking straight away, even if they know 1 or 2 or 3 words. I think you learn a lot more from context than you do from learning from a book. If you learn from vocab lists, which is what you do at secondary school, you find that you lose the words a lot quicker because you just don't have them in context at all. And if you start people speaking early, they're going to become a lot more confident and they're going to become a lot more aware of their inabilities. There's certain words that I remember, not because they're particularly useful words, really, really random words. The word for badger in French, un blaireau, which I know because I can link it to a certain situation. So you have to build a web of where you've learnt your words and how they piece together. I have a favourite word in general, which is in a language that very few people speak. I think you find it quite a lot in those lists of untranslatable words, just because it has so much meaning in it that you can't get into English in another word. It's mame la pina tapai, which I'm probably pronouncing wrong. It's from this language in the far south of South America, and it's the look that 2 people give each other when they both want to start something, but they don't want to be the one to initiate it, which is such a lovely sentiment to have in one word.